Bam, 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 bam. Oh, you know what I didn't do likely? I need to re-enable my controller. Dude, I started using the Switch too, and it's actually kind of dumb. Let's see. There you go. My own streams. I have to mute this? Is it gonna play? No? Yeah, it actually doesn't play. Okay, I'm good with that. But I'm gonna delete this for now, just in case. I don't want it to play sound. This is where I download the stuff and I re-upload it, in case you're wondering. We're not rebotting, aren't we? Man. Cheap followers, cheap viewers. I don't know. I guess I just don't have the money for them. But they're so cheap, man. No. We need, we need vibe chatters, actually, somehow. Okay, you know what I want to start with immediately? Not this, but we'll do this instead. And actually, for the rest of it, I will just literally be looking around. Okay, we have Fearless. I literally need to do only one more of these, and I want to do it as fast as possible. That's what we're gonna do. Hey, yo. You're about to die, yo. Who authorized you to use forks? I got pulse. Power! It's actually slower. Oh wow, it's actually slower to do the proper strat. But if you can actually break the shield without the full gauge, you're actually much better. I really wonder if this is something that you can do. But it's fine, because you need the longer rotation anyway. Also, these are such fucking garbage. I think I got maybe one or two good artifacts out of all of this. That is so dumb. But anyway, that is that. I will be back for one more try to lower my time on the Krabby Patty, because I believe that this is something that we can do quite nicely. Alright, we got that. Wait, am I literally at level 40? Not this, this. Oh, beautiful. How are we doing on the friend list again? 244. And I have 249. Dude, I need to save 5 seconds on the Krabby Patty somehow. I think that having Lomers with better stats and weapons is going to massively improve my experience there. Let's also go do this while I remember about it. Oh shoot, wait. Lomer might need items from that guy, although I should have plenty of items from that guy, to be honest. Or from this boss. Oh shoot. Oh, that's kind of far. Dude, I love it when I can just turn off my brain. Also, that guy has survived. You little moofoosh. Get out of... I'm stuck! Stepbrother. Gonna do this. Where you at?
This is all getting rather dreary.
I'll get out of here. Oh, that's beautiful. Wait. We're actually kind of cooking here.
Show no mercy. A little emotion.
Whoa, we actually cooked so hard. Wait, that's insane. Okay, I need to do something here. I haven't even opened these ones. I need to get rid of this one. And it's gonna be Gucci. Okay. Have I actually... I still got hit on Mama Ika somewhere. That's so rude. Okay. I have no idea what Lomer uses for her talents. I wish you could kind of peek into it. That'd be really useful. Yeah, I can't see you without actually ascending on her. Okay, that's fine. Dude, what? It is level 42 without... That's actually insane. And we can go to level 47 this week. And we can go to maximum level in half the patch. That's actually insane. Okay. That's something new. Okay, I have no idea what the most relevant character in the game is doing in the least relevant place in the game. But I will take it. The two Xinyan mains who still exist at this time are surely going to be very happy about it. You know what? I want to come back to you. I want that chest. Okay? And I want that chest as well. Although it is rather small in comparison. We're kinda already getting used to bigger and better things. Or I mean at least bigger. And I would hope better. Bro, that's honestly so rude too. We have 3 chests over here. Most importantly, voice or no voice?
Hey, if it isn't the traveler.
Voice!
Didn't expect to see you here. This surprise meeting is pretty sick. I should spin it into a tune right here.
You know, the existence of her accent implies that there is, you know, Southern
I
American
sure am. Having a ball, to be
place
honest.
somewhere
But it's where the
in Liyue.
inspiration lies. Most of my songs might be about rebellion and breaking down prejudices and all that, but that doesn't mean I have to beat a serious rhythm all the time.
Definitely
Too
one of
much
the
a
characters
downer
of all
really
time.
ruins the feel of a song. You gotta keep it bright sometimes, you know? You gotta relax and recharge. That way, you'll be ready to kill it when it's time to perform. I guess I'm hoping for some sort of unexpected breakthrough? I've been so focused on writing new material, but everything I come up
I
with
heard
feels
her
old
saying,
and stale.
I've been so focused on
something
rotten new
new."
material.
So I decided to
Unironically.
take a holiday to try escaping this prison I've built for myself. My last stop was Fontaine, where I saw a magazine with some photos of Nodcry. It got my creative juices flowing, and I was itching to find out more.
I'm wondering if
Well,
there are
after looking
anecdotes in
into
other
it
nations.
turns out the
Although I
whole
collect
atmosphere and way of thinking out here
ores
are like
daily and
nothing
I
I've
haven't
encountered
seen
before.
any so far.
There's some group called the Frost Moon Scions who lean into some pretty far-out instrumentation. So I was thinking, maybe I could take some inspiration from the local folk scene and incorporate it into my own music. Sure, I want to try adding a few flutes and keys, plus some of the more out-there melodic phrasing. Obviously, I can't just flip genres completely. Still gotta keep the core lyrical and musical themes intact. Anyway, when I got to Nasha Town, I bumped my guitar case on some corrugated iron, and it made this really funky sound. I got this sudden flash of inspiration. I shouldn't just be looking for new instruments to improve my music. I should be trying to enhance my guitar's timbre too. something
Bro,
like
she's
that.
suddenly in video game donkey mode.
It's kind of hard to replicate a guitar with your voice, you know?
Yeah, don't try, please.
I'm going for something punchy, compact, clean, and absolutely savage. If I could modify my guitar's acoustics, ramp up the compression, and add a second sound hole to boost the lower end frequencies, oh, I think I can get a
I have no idea if that makes any sense from a musical standpoint, but I feel like it doesn't.
Oh man, my motivation's like a double bass drum going at 200 BPM right now. Give me a bit to play around with this and hammer out the kinks. I'll invite you to the official unveiling of my breakthrough sound soon enough.
Wait, is this a scam where it's just gonna restart? I don't want to check. Or I do.
Huh. What?
What style? I mean, there is a great style. It's called Shut the Fuck Up. Oh. Oh! Them booties! Idimbi. Wait, that's so fucking cool! Okay. I am actually in love with that. I love that so much! Okay. I don't want to do that directly right now, though. But we'll get around to it. To claiming these booties. Dude, that is actually so fucking cool. I love that. Anti-fun police? Hello? Okay, wait. Now I have to remember where to go. I wanted to get that chest. But I have no recollection where anything is in the city. Where is this gal? I want to join the cult. Just give me the chest. Thank you. Free samples. My favorites. I'll just take that. So I know. Actually managed to collect 24 on top of the 100 that I had purchased. Where is she? You have a chest. Give it to me. Data? Ew. Wait, what? That was actually terrible. A glorious formation. Oh shoot, glory hole. Easy. This is what they say when they say Mama Ika is imbalanced. An array of cope. They brought the Mondstadt dummy hitting back. Literally what we needed. Wait, that's actually such a silly option. Oh my god. Wait. No, I got destroyed. Of the pigeons at the Mondstadt City. I don't know who came up with this, but that is so fucking rude actually. Alright. Get out of here. Oh my god. The game designers, honestly, they have a sense of fucking humor. And I can appreciate this. You know, if anything, I shit on the writing, but holy shit. Do these things deliver? Sometimes. Like, you just find something so small, so stupid, and so amusing that you just, like, this is what I love this game for, actually. It's like, fuck the casino. The casino is shit. I, I couldn't care less about it. But the other things are so much fun. Like, these little things, they're so fun to me. Wait, what? Had more dialogue options. Which I wanted to see, actually. Okay. Need to get out of the city, I guess. I mean, are there actually any quests? I have no idea where I'm going, and this map is not helping me tremendously.
Bring it.
Let's go start finding quests. Questarino, questaruno. Questario. You know what? One thing that we can do is we can actually start using the compass. What if I say... No, that's not what I wanted to do, actually. How can I switch this? Oh my god, please. I need the box. The box! What's in the box? No. Dude, how do I do these things? I forgot how to menu. I never use this as the menu. Alright, you know what? I will do it. Oh. Yes. Huge. Ooh. Chester Rooney. Oh. Wait, it says that there is a chest. Where is the chest? That's not the chest. Katya. Oh my god. Why is she allowed to be so hot? The food! Sorry. I wish they sold more fish in more places. I know they sell in Liyue, but it's basically kind of garbage to run around there. Okay, I believe this is what we have to do, actually. So it might be hiding a chest somewhere here, actually. Wait, am I stupid? Where's the chest? Wait, I see the chest. Oh, jeez. That's so well hidden.
Something to add to my collection.
That is actually so well hidden. So what if I use you? Oh, you do see more chests. Very good boy. Oh, hi. Bro, no, we were doing that once already. Okay, you know what? Is that some small animal I hear? Wait, can we make animals drink? Wait, what? We can make her drink? Wait, that's insane. That is additional stuff. Dude, you can't do that. You give bonus content for the fact that you have more waifus? That's unfair. Pavlov's the name. Drooling dog. Dude, this game is so on the nose. But to be honest, if this is not a Lieutenant Pigeon, I feel like it's just not good. Good boy, dog. Is this my husband? You mean this dog? That is my husband, actually. Okay? Bro, they literally called a drooling dog Pavlov. Like, I see, like, it's like I spend 2 seconds on these quests and they're so fucking funny to me. Bro, child labor. Katya is a fucking abuser, man. We got child labor. Alright, wait, I do want to do shots. I mean the streamer? Oh. I don't know, you tell me. It ain't gonna You know, it ain't gonna put on itself. Shoot, man. How do women say that? There's like a way to put a ring on it, right? Or something. It's like it ain't gonna put a ring on itself. You know how they say it? Something like this. I don't know. Wait, can I just get wasted or something in here? When it stops, the hot dog will tell your fortune. Okay, so how bad? You should watch out for people trying to obstruct your progress. Bro, are you trying to obstruct my progress? Is that what it is? You want to distract me from exploring Nerdcry by trying to marry me? Man, that's kinda rude actually. Dude, why is there so much child labor in here? Bedriskaya, Božeslav. Gee, man, these names. They really had to scroll through a dictionary to find these. You know, it kind of boggles my mind where people find those interesting and weird names all over the place. I guess there are many cultures and many, you know, historical names that you could go for. But still, like, having even like a dictionary of all of these names, or like even, let's say, several hundred of them, for something like a novel is still so absurd to me. Oh, hi.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Okay, I'm just gonna go where the compass tells me, okay? Doesn't matter to me at all where we find stuff. You kids want? Ooga 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 ooga. Wait, it's not even that great. It's not even that great. There are better things to ride.
Something to add to my collection.
This thing isn't even fun to ride, man.
Bring it.
Oh, come on. Pretty please. Oh, wait. Can this thing smash? I think it can smash, right? Wait, but where is the chest then? It's literally showing me that the chest is supposed to be in the smash place. I guess it is higher. You know what? I'll just go up here. Man, I do like the music quite a lot though. Please. Can I do this? Thank you. Hi. What? You want me to jump? I can jump, but where's the chest? Where's my Chestarunio? Oh, there's my Chestarunio. How was your day though, bro? Oh man. It's still kinda a little weird actually. 'Cause I think that I'm feeling better. 'Cause you know, I've been having a cold over the last few days. And I was thinking that I'm doing a little bit better. And it feels like I am. But it's still kind of like not super 100% or anything. And the worst part about it is that I'm supposed to go on a trip on Friday. Which will last throughout the entirety of the weekend. So basically I'll be away Friday until Sunday. And it's going to be a party. So I feel like I am not entirely sure that I'm like 100%, but at the same time it would be really annoying and rude to cancel. So I feel like I kinda still have to go, because it's like, the worst part is that I started feeling bad on a Saturday, and it's like, if you feel bad on a Saturday, then you're like, well, by next Friday, if it's a cold, I'm probably going to recover. But then, if it were like Monday, then I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that is not happening. And I'm just gonna have to cancel. I'm sorry, you know, this is life, last moment. I understand, but it is, you know, Not much I can do about it. It's just a cold, it
Hey, not
happens.
a bad haul.
But then, right now, it's like a weird thing, because I have to wait until tomorrow and see how I feel. And it's like, if for some reason I don't feel better, then it's like I have to still cancel on people, despite being, you know, ill for a couple of days now. Which is annoying as shit for me. So I'm in this weird spot where it's like, I feel better. I don't have fever anymore today. Oh, hi. Oh well, too bad. I don't have any fever today. I barely have to use the nasal spray, but I still feel like I'm talking through the nose quite a bit. And my throat still hurts a little bit. Although it is also better, you know, it's also getting better. So it's kind of a weird thing. And I actually slept a little bit better today. So yeah, I don't know. A rather weird day for me, I would say, like this, because I'm trying to recover from a cold, and I'm still like not feeling 100%, and I wish I were. How would one massage a sore throat? I'm not sure, but I think I know about methods that would make it even more sore. So I would rather avoid that right now. You know, you can say I'm going. Yeah, you know how I'm taking more things out of the women's playbook, right? Because I can say, hey, sore throat, hurty head,
Hey, not a bad
not
haul.
a bad haul. But yeah, anyway. How was your day? You know, this is like also one of the funniest things, because usually people are like, hey, how was your day? And they're like, yeah, it was alright. And then there is me, who is just literally gonna tell you every single thing that has happened in life. I mean, well, there's not much else that I can talk about, because right now it is just hunting for chests. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I really hate that. And I really wish that I'm gonna start feeling better tomorrow, because if I don't, it's gonna be a problem. Also, I really
Hey, not a
find
bad
this
haul.
interesting how they have decided to go about hiding really dumb chests in the city. I really like those tiny robot billboards that you get. Actually, kinda nice. Okay. So. Oh, you know what I should do? I need to open a bunch of chests with the new characters that I have. Because I want to hear what they have to say. Alright, where you got more chests for me? Man, I also need to find quests. What? What is that guy? That guy's firing at my ass. He wants me dead. Did I tell you? Man, it's so rude. Okay. Oh, wait, that's actually in the cave. But you know what? I see that we have a guy. A fellow. A real fellow. Right over here. Who wants me to do something. Dear guests, I am Vino. Might I borrow just 1 minute of your precious time? I swear you leave with a smile. Bro, what? But yeah, let him cook. Let him cook. Tell me this, Ben. You know what? I kinda couldn't bother enough to read what these quests have to say. No voice, no attention paid. Man. It's so bad because on the one hand I complain about the fact that there is no lore, but there is a lot of lore. It's just mostly told through these very, very random quests and interactions. And the problem is that you have to actually sit down and pay some fucking attention to them. And because there is no voice acting on these, I kinda don't want to do that. But yeah, apparently lore fags have figured out spaceships a long time ago. For example. Destroy all flying targets. Where are the flying targets at? What? I really hate how this is 2 buttons to pull and 2 buttons to fire. And I hate how inconsistent that is. Why did it just get removed out of my inventory? Why? Where did that go? Why can I not target these? Why is it not hit? Why is this thing so broken? Mihoyo! What? Why is this thing so fucking broken? Let's try this again. Why is this so broken? Oh, wait. Is it like a thing that I have to stand next to these? If I stand next to these, then it's not broken, actually. Ah, okay, I see. Okay, wait, so they have... Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Fine. You win. That's so odd. I think that there is a really stupid blood-sucking fly that has flown into my apartment. And this is why I fucking hate summers. Aye. Get back, fellers! Hello? Get out of here. Oh wait, is this one where you have to be fast? Okay, never mind. You had another choice. Easy clap. You guys are okay there? Hope you're doing okay. My god. What is this? Why is it so long? Yo. I need serious help, I'm going insane. Welcome to the club. What has triggered you today?
The world wishes you well.
The world wishes you well, brother. I hope you're doing well. Wait, that's actually so freaking cute. Okay, so we have a problem. It's that Oh wait, we have to go back and talk to this guy. Finish the quest. The You know Wednesday work. What you got going at work, man? Wednesday is like usually the worst day. Just because it's like a day where everybody puts in the most amount of work. And then Thursday is like slightly less work because you're tired from Wednesday. And Friday you just had enough of this shit today. So you're just slowly getting by. And then it's the weekend, man. I just want to sit at my home and play games all the time. Why can't life be that simple? Ah, man. That would be nice. That would actually be kind of nice. But then, you know, you still need, even if you want to play games, you know, let's say I sit around and play games in the evenings lately, and in the days too, and entire days too. But then, you know, if there is a will, there is a way, but you need to also dedicate quite a lot of time to, you know, monetizing that. And then boom, weekend goes like that. Oh, that's so true. Oh shoot, Bajena. Hi, girl. And her friend Cisco. I don't even want to joke about that one, huh? Alright, I can actually do... Oh, okay, wait, you need exploration for a better compass. That's kinda interesting. What do I... Who do I need to talk to here, actually? Go to Cake Shop and ask about the required materials. Bro, I'm literally asking everybody. Okay, you have to ask the kids. You have to remember to ask the kids, because the kids in this game are basically the only quest givers that you have. But yeah, man, you know, I did this thing for 2 weeks where I also wanted to play Silk Song, where I took Friday off. And I can tell you that 3 days as a weekend feels a lot better. We should have only 4 work days and remaining 3 chill. Exactly! I actually think that, unironically, it would be crazy good. I mean, the thing is, there are some countries that are experimenting with that. And they see that the productivity rises for people. Now, to be fair, one of those countries is Japan. And even though they're doing 4 weekdays in Japan, they're not actually doing 4 weekdays in Japan. Because it is Japan. And if your boss is at the office, who is you know, kind of a guy that is very stuck up in his work, if he's still at work, then everybody else is still has to be at work culturally. And it's like the Japanese don't really like to ditch that as a culture. So the problem is that, you know, they are showing some productivity increase, but I don't think they're actually doing any actual 4-day work weeks. I don't remember which other countries have tried it. Perfect work-life balance, but they might increase work hours on work days like 9 to 12 hours, lol. No, 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 for real. I mean, there are a bunch of countries where... Yeah, there are a bunch of countries, actually, where you already have stuff like 35 hour work weeks. And there are a bunch of countries that are experimenting with 4-day work weeks at, you know, just, you don't really increase your time that you spend there. So actually, I don't think that if we're talking about, you know, 4 days a week work days, I don't think we're talking about you know, extending hours. But to be honest, let's say that you work 9 hours instead of 8. for 4 days a week and you still want to maintain like 36 hours, I think that is actually kind of good. I wish I could live in Denmark or Finland. Heard it's pretty good there. It's probably going to be better than in a lot of other countries, but it's not without problems. It is like for sure not a thing where you can just go there and you're not gonna have like any issues whatsoever. I mean, Finns are still like incredibly depressed and it's like a very, very cold country and stuff. Denmark is actually quite a bit better in some senses, but it's also kind of weird in a way. In Denmark, they have this thing where it's like you have areas where the Danish live, and then you have areas where, you know, the immigrants live. And those are vastly different areas in terms of how safe they are and how good they are. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna depend on the city as well, right? But if you want to go to like a major city like Copenhagen and stuff, then you will see that it is kind of a problem there, for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I actually have an uncle in Denmark, but I haven't really ever talked to him enough or at all much. So my experience with Denmark is actually still quite anecdotal. Dude, they are literally showing me 2 chests. How dare you? I literally want to get these chests so badly. What do I need? Wait, can I not get a thing? Yeah, wait, I can get a thing. Pillars? Can I actually smash this? Is it smashable? No? Bro, I literally see a chest. Somewhere like up here. Which I have to go. But yeah, anyway, my biggest point being is that I'm kind of curious, like, you know, if you pick a single country to live in, or like to move into, I'm really kind of curious what people think would be really good options. Because I've been doing this thing where I was trying to think like, okay, if I want to really go in and settle, like where do I want to go? And the thing is, for a while, I thought that like, okay, Norway is kind of a country which could be a really good option. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna learn Norwegian a little bit and learn about the country and about the culture and about yada yada. And I was like, okay, you know, Finland, Sweden, all of these countries are actually kind of really good. And I think that they're very interesting. But then again, you learn about the problems in those countries because like Finns are like crazy depressed. You know, in Sweden there is like a bunch of crime that you have, mostly in Stockholm, but you know, it is a thing where it's gonna go to a bunch of places eventually. So you know, you just kind of spend your time wondering where is it actually really chill, where can you just, and also not that crazy expensive, because if you keep on you know, if you stay in a country that is not you know, where you have to earn like a lot, then you have to afford housing, you have to afford potentially, you know, cars, you have to get a whole bunch of stuff basically, or be able to afford it. So you need something with a good income, and maybe, you know, you could live your life, you know, work for a while, then live the rest of your life out in some other country where it's like quite a bit cheaper and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, these are all like very interesting opportunities. What's your choice? To be honest, I don't have much of a choice right now. Is the problem, because it's like I just live, I mean, I've been living in Poland over the last 3 years, and I think it's okay for me. So it's not, you know, it's not spectacular and it's not terrible, is the thing. Like,
The world wishes you
it's
well.
just a good country where I can live. And it's quite welcoming. I don't have like issues with visas and stuff. Massive ones, at least, I hope. I will need to reapply for a residency permit though. This is like one thing that I don't like doing, but you kind of have to. I kind of wish that, you know, as a foreigner, you could just, you know, go in and give them a paper and be like, okay, guys, I live there. I want to continue living here. And I'm a decent person. I pay my taxes. So there's no reason why you should say no. And instead, it's like, you know, you just have to gather like a whole lot of stuff in order to prove that, yeah, you know, yeah, the problem is just you have to gather like a lot of documents actually. And that's a little bit annoying. And you have to wait for a really long time. So I kind of just wish that those procedures were a little bit simpler. I can never really become rich if I stay in a 9-to-5 job. I mean, you can earn good after a few years of experience, but inflation runs faster than you. It's very likely that inflation is going to outpace your wages if you stay in, you know, if you keep doing one and the same job and you keep staying in one and the same role, for example. Sometimes promotions in companies, and especially, you know, to higher and higher positions, sometimes those jobs give you quite a bit to work with. You should still invest in your own retirement somewhere, some way. Yeah, because, you know, you will get a bunch of cash from doing a job, but what you want is, you know, some kind of asset. Like buying a house, for example. You know, houses appreciate in value, or, you know, investing into the stock market somewhere, or, you know, I don't know, if you're into crypto, maybe, you know, but it is kind of a big Ponzi, so you should be careful. And yeah, so you want to invest into something that you know is going to appreciate. And this is how you kind of try to build your retirement and how you try to build your wealth. And then in the future, there are some actually interesting options, because there are countries that are still relatively cheap, although those countries also run a high risk of having high inflation. So they may catch up in prices rather quickly in comparison to how they used to be before. So, you know, you have places like Brazil and Argentina and a lot of places in Southeast Asia. Like I have a friend who has lived for a long while in Thailand, Cambodia, and, you know, a bunch of other weird places in there, Laos and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there are definitely places that are much more affordable if you can make some kind of wealth and live in there. But the likely issue is that still a lot of people are probably not going to be rich enough to retire unless they get quite lucky with both investments and build really solid careers. I'm a safe player, never dipped my toes into trading. Kinda same. I don't really trade. I mean, I buy stocks, but I don't trade things like options. And buying stocks is, you know, relatively safe. I mean, it does depend on, you know, what kinds of stocks you buy, and it's kind of a thing where you still have to be a little bit in the know and keep up with it. But effectively, everything I learned about finance, I've learned in the last 2 years. So I don't think it's a hard topic. It's not a crazy hard topic to wrap your head around it. And now that there's stuff like ChatGPT, for example, it's kind of nice to just sometimes be like, hey, explain like I'm, you know, 5 years old. What the fuck is this and how does this shit work? And it kind of works out very well for learning. Like if you use the tool well, it works quite well for learning, is what I have personally found. Although, admittedly, most of my information is not actually learned from it. But I do like also other things, like, you know, saying, hey, can you do stock research for me, for example? What does company X do? Like, I don't understand how things like company balances work and stuff. Like, can you explain to me some stuff about, like, the fundamentals of this and that? Like, you know, it's not good when it comes to predicting things. It's not gonna, you know, it's just gonna agree with whatever you have to say. It's gonna, you know, affirm whatever you already have, whatever you already have in mind about particular stocks and whatnot. But it is a good thing still. It's like more of a gambling territory is going to be options. And I hate to say it, but I kind of do want to learn to trade options. But it is still going to be like a harder thing to do, actually. So I do want to learn how to trade options, but it is going to be a little bit more nuanced to actually... Oh my god. What is that? Because I feel like if I did buy a bunch of options, like I had some expectations on where certain stocks would go. And if I had bought those as options, I would have actually made quite a bit of money right now. So I feel a little bit upset about that. But I need to find a broker where I can trade options in EU as a foreigner. And hopefully I will be able to set that up. But yeah, and I also need to understand how to pay taxes on those gains. But I do know some accountants who I can use as services, so I just hope that there is like a really simple way to go about it. Okay, I'm sorry, I am yapping a lot and I need to pay attention to this thing as well. I'm thinking about getting some digital gold every month. What do you think? You mean Bitcoin? Or... Because my general advice for cryptos is that if you know, if you're sitting in it, monitoring it, you know, on daily basis, if you know when to pull out, you can do it. But if you don't, then don't. It's like, in general, there is nothing like crazy special about Bitcoin, in a sense that you can make just as much money in the regular stock market with a little bit less risk involved. With less risk and less volatility around the entire thing. So my suggestion is to kinda, if you want to go into cryptos, is to avoid going into cryptos. Too many things to learn. Yeah, but again, the entire issue that I have with cryptos is that it's, you know, there is no real value being produced out of crypto. Like, you know, when you invest into the stock of the company, that stock is generally reflected by by some kind of performance. Like, those companies, you know, they either provide goods or services to you. And crypto provides you fucking nothing. So as an investment, I see all cryptos as, you know, something really bad. Just because they, you know, the entire price is just completely made up based on what people buy and sell. And if people decide to sell, you know, you can buy at a really high price. And if people suddenly decide that, you know, that's not it, chief, then this is just not it, chief. And you need to be aware when to sell this. Because if you don't sell when this happens, you're going to be, you know, the person who is holding a lot of things that are completely valueless. So that's my main problem with crypto, is that it is very, very random in that regard. It doesn't have any, you know, fundamental value being produced behind it. So yeah, and indeed, if you are left there holding the bags, then it's, you know, there's not much that you can do about it, because once a crypto goes down, it's probably not making it much, that much backup. You have stuff like Bitcoin, and in general, my opinion of Bitcoin is that I think that Bitcoin is a money laundering index in general. Because for real, what else is cryptocurrency really actively being used for? Like, it's just there to dodge sanctions for countries like Iran and North Korea. Um, and to launder money into people. I think it's better to invest my time in farming primos. This crypto trading shit is causing me headache. I mean, I don't know. I think I think when you get into it, trading, I mean, in general, financials is like a lot of fun. The only issue is that you have to get into it. Like, you do have to spend a whole bunch of time on trying to understand things in there. And I'm like not an expert. Like, I want to learn how to do company fundamentals and, similar things. So like I'm not even that big of an expert, but it's like, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. It's like once I hit a certain age, for me, I think it became a lot more fun to try and understand how the world around me works even more. And the biggest part of that world is, everything related to politics, economics, and financials. So I kinda unironically just started loving topics that I had never really been interested in before, and trying to get into it. And I'm also, kind of in the same boat, where it's like I'm seeing where the world is kind of heading right now. And it's like you just have absolutely rampant inflation. Everybody is kind of in a bad spot. Housing is like very, very unaffordable. And I'm a lone child, so I will have to take care of my parents sooner than later. It's like I just see where all of this is going, and I'm like, okay, I really need to find ways to make money somehow, and find really good ones. So that is kind of, my source of interest. And at least, if there's going to be inflation, what I want is to be able to beat out inflation somehow. Ah, shoot, wait, he trolled me. That's so rude. Wait, that's so rude. How do I know which one is real? More learnings equals more responsibilities. This is one interesting thing, because I think that the amount of responsibilities does not really depend on how many things you learn. What the hell? This guy just yeeted out a box. And I can pet a box. What is this game? Can I get out of this? Okay, huge.
The world wishes you well.
The world wishes me well. Okay. Gotta accept your IQ level is a bit higher than average. You have good analyzing skills. I like to think that I am a little bit above average in terms of intelligence, and at least I am kind of a smart cookie. But I think part of it is just also, I'm not a person with like a lot of particular talent, but I do have nice logical and analytical skills. And then beyond that, I just bang my head on the wall continuously until I get what I like, basically. And I think that is like the most important thing. It's less about you having a particular skill and a lot more about, how much time you're willing to dedicate towards developing something. Because it's like, you can be not very talented, but at the same time, it's completely possible for you to do something great with what you already got. You just need to invest a little bit of time into it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's a thing. And I kind of, a lot of the time, I think that responsibilities kind of just happen for you in life. and you just have to prepare for them. And admittedly, you know, one thing that I have been hating about my life so much lately is just how much time is taken up by various kinds of routines. It's like you have to go to the, you know, you have to work, you have to go to the gym, you have to sleep, go to the stores, get a haircut every 2 weeks, rest, sleep, work on things. I want to, you know, spend time on video games a little bit. You have to eat, you have to cook, you have to clean your house. And this is not, you know, it's not even a thing where I'm dating, for example. I'm not dating, for example. So I don't have that to take care of as well. I barely spend time like texting around and everything. So you know, I sometimes do go out and stuff. So it's kind of a little bit of a problem where you just start accumulating so many routines that you just kind of have to spend time on all of this continuously. You get a haircut once every 2 weeks? Yeah, I do. Why is that? Is that weird?
The wrong test subject.
It seems like my hair is just growing so fast that I actually need a haircut every 2 weeks. It's not like I would have liked to. Although the guy that I go to is kind of generally, you know, genuinely a cool guy. But still, you know, if I could, you know, have a haircut every month, which is something that I used to do when I was a kid, I would have a haircut every month. But it doesn't work like that anymore when you're a grown up. You have more discipline than I could ever have. No way, bro. If I had discipline, I would probably not be playing video games every day, which I have been doing for the last 2 weeks. I mean, to be fair, in a sense, it is a thing where it's like if I want to be less streamer, then I would need to have discipline in order to, you know, just stream as much as possible and get people to view this stuff. But I just feel like it's kind of odd because I feel like if I had more discipline, then I would oh my god, then I would be doing, you know, things that actually bring me money somehow. Or I mean, if I were better at forcing myself to do things that bring me money. You know what I like, one thing that I've been wanting to do forever, for example, is to like script and edit a bunch of videos for like a YouTube channel and, you know, slowly expand to doing a bunch of YouTube stuff. But yeah, I basically kinda dislike sitting there and editing videos. It's quite boring to me, actually. And I have no real discipline when it comes to that, for example. Like, I need to force myself to do it if I want to actually, you know, have some semblance of YouTube presence. But it is a problem where I actually need to dedicate like a whole bunch of time to doing that, which is annoying. And I really don't have the discipline for it. Like, I used to find it quite interesting a while ago, but now I just kind of find it boring, to be honest. Playing games is your hobby, nothing wrong with spending some time which gives you peace, happiness. How much does a haircut cost? Oh my god.
Something to add to my collection.
For me, currently, the place where I go to is like 150 zloty, which is... how much is it? It's like around $35, to be honest. Which is still quite a lot, but it is a good place, and it is a great guy that I'm going to. So for me, it's like the fact that it's a little bit costlier than, you know, a couple other places potentially. I don't even know actually what the prices are, you know, everywhere outside of the place that I go to. I just haven't been to other places in literal years. So I just keep going, you know, to the same guy. And I assume that everybody else basically increases prices in the same exact manner. Because when I initially discovered the place where I'm currently going to, it was like a couple years ago. And I looked at the prices, and basically their prices were the same as, you know, every other kind of barber shop. So I kind of assume that they're going to scale, you know, at the same average pace. So my guess is that it basically is kind of the same price everywhere. Although it is insane because the prices have increased. I think the first haircut that I had was like 110 zloty. So it is a little bit less in the equivalent. And yeah, you can tell what the price hike was actually. It increased by, you know, by 40 over the last few years. 840 USD per year, and it'll increase with time. But why do you think it will? Yeah, increase with time because, yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, kind of insane indeed. Oh my god, wait, this guy's pyro immune. I have literally no other damage. Alright, fine. I know. I literally have no other damage except pyro and a little bit of physical. Alright, we're just gonna smash him with a bunch of physical damage. You know what? That's fine with me. Oh, he one-shot my I know. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Fuck you, buddy. Oh goodness. I'm still dying. I'm thinking of going bold. Honestly, not a bad choice. Like, for real. Sometimes I'm thinking, like, what would happen? Like, how badly would I look if I actually go bold? Or, I mean, in this case, I would go shaved, not bold.
Something to add to my collection.
But I think I will look pretty bad, actually. No need to worry about hair loss, no need to spend on a haircut and a few other things. I mean, you kind of still have to dedicate time towards shaving. But it's not as bad, I would say. Yeah, indeed, I'm actually wondering sometimes what I would look like as bald. And whether it, like, would be attractive, actually. You look mad sick, you should go bald once. You know what? It would be fun to do that as like a challenge. Where is this guy going? Are you okay there, buddy? Are you like okay there? Are you having fun over here?
Not bad.
What the fuck is this guy doing? He confused me so hard right now. You know, it would be fun to do something for a challenge. Like, imagine I have some kind of challenge on a stream, and it's like if I fail this challenge, then I go bold.
Hey, not a bad
I'm also kind of curious as to how long it would take me to grow my hair back. I would assume that it would be like 2 or 3 months or something. Although it's a thing where it's like I can never be sure. But I think it could be a fun thing now. I also need to do another thing. Which is like, at some point, I have had like an Alhaitham cosplay for a while, just laying in my items. And I need to like unpack it and, you know, just to check the size that it actually fits me. Which I feel like is something that I will do eventually as well. Maybe it would... Oh, you know what? I had a thought today. In that maybe it would be an interesting birthday stream. Like, I will be taking some vacation in November, around my birthday time. So I was thinking that how to spend it, and honestly I have no idea right now. But it's like I don't really want to go out that much anywhere, to be completely honest. That's so rude. So yeah, I was thinking it could be fun to do like a cosplay plus birthday cake stream or something. Like something a little silly. If you fail to complete the Silk Song by dying more than 10 times, you have to go bald. Bro! That would be rude. I would die 10 times in the first 10 minutes. And then the challenge would be over. But honestly, that would be a fun challenge. Like imagine, like if you're a god player and you do 100% Steel Soul, you're like, I'm gonna go bold if I die in here. That could actually be fun. When is your birthday? November 17th. So it's still a little bit away, actually, 2 months away. But it is kind of looming on the horizon. You know, it's a thing. On the one hand, it's like you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna hit my 30. On the other hand, you're like, 30 is just a number, man.
Don't worry, there's no ambush.
I'm not going to be magically different the day before and the day after. There is not going to be any difference whatsoever. The day before I hit 30 and the day that I am 30. So yeah, there's me like kinda contemplating about what is gonna happen. What do you want me to do? Keep on smiling no matter what difficulties you may face. Bro! That is so cope. Bro, just keep on smiling. I feel like the writers are trying to tell me something. He's just going to keep going here? Wait, no, never mind. Oh, what? That's so rude. I don't understand how to actually get this guy. How do you do that, actually? How are you supposed to know which hole he is in? I feel like there should be a way, but I have no idea how. You hitting 30 this November? Yes, sir! I've heard people say that I look younger. And I'm actually kinda glad that I do. It's probably the camera. Still de-aging me. For no reason whatsoever. Okay, fellers. What you got for me here? I am not sure I understand what I need to do. Guys, quickly. I don't understand what I need to do. I don't understand what I need to do here. Please. There you go. How can I fire that into that guy? I don't even see the prompt. Oh, that's how I'm supposed to do that, actually. Oh! Get out of here, please. Please! Wait, I failed and then I completed it? Yeah, first try. Easy clap. If I failed at that, I would go bold for sure, man.
The world.
I thought you were my age. Nice try. I thought I was older as well. What if I were older, actually? Wouldn't that be interesting if I actually looked older? I feel like this life kinda wants to make you look older. I mean, I'm actually surprised because I am sick. Right now, I still have like a cold. A little bit. Plus, I haven't slept well over the past week, maybe. And somehow I still look quite young, younger than 30. It must mean something, and I have no idea what. But I guess, you know, it's kind of an interesting thing as well, because I think our perception of what 30 is has kind of changed over time. Because for me, it's like I just cannot imagine what I will be like in a couple years at any given time. And it's like you think that at 30 you're gonna be, you know, in one place in life, and then you're in a completely different place in life. And it's like life for a lot of people does not start until their 30s and 40s even. It's actually kind of insane, really. What's your average sleep time? I don't even know, but it's not that great. I mean, over the last few days, I slept maybe like 5 or 6 hours on average. But it's not like, you know, I do something when I fail to fall asleep. It's like I still stay in bed for like my 7 to 8 hours. But it's just that a thing where I wake up in the middle of the night somewhere, for example. My biggest problem as of late has been like I wake up at some point because of something, and I just cannot go back to sleep. And that has been my biggest problem. Because it's like if I'm already up, then it's like, yeah, I just cannot fall asleep again. But yeah, you know, one other thing that I have a huge problem with is renting apartments. Because you don't have any ownership over it. So it's like one thing that really bothers me is that I can't really buy things to improve it. Like I used to have this thing which is a weighted blanket. And I had like a love-hate relationship with it for a bit. Because it's like it's kind of good if you sleep well, it's kind of good. Because it just, you know, it presses onto you and it makes you feel pretty nice a little bit on top of it. But it's like a little bit harder to, you know, shift from one side to another. And I have a problem where it's like I don't really sleep on the back. I sleep on one of the sides or on the belly. It's like, I don't know, I just find those positions to be the most comfortable. And it's like I switch from one side to the other quite often. So it's like when you have to switch from one side to another one, you have to do it like quite violently, really. Because the weighted blanket is like 8 kilograms or something. And it presses onto you, so you have to apply like a little bit of force. So it's like for a long while, I had this weighted blanket, and I would, you know, and I got so used to it that I basically started, you know, switching from one side to another while I sleep. Like even under a normal blanket, I would like very violently switch sides. And in the end, my problem is that, you know, for example, right now I am renting an apartment, and it's like I just can't really buy that many things, because if I keep on renting, then you just never know when your rent is going to end, because it doesn't really depend onto you as well. It depends on the owner of the apartment, and it depends on what kind of price that they're going to try and negotiate. Because it's like if they can just raise the price, if they want to try and raise the price too much, then it's like, yeah, you just are not going to want to do that. So it's like a problem where I want to buy things, but then if I do buy things, then it's like I have to move with them all over the place. From one apartment to the other, to the next, potentially. It's like I'm kind of frozen on, for example, improving my sleeping life. Can't fall asleep once I wake up. Exactly, this is like such a big problem. But yeah, for me in particular as well, I can tell you for sure. It's also a problem where it's like I can fall asleep if I'm sleeping in on the weekend, for example. but it's, you know, maybe for an additional hour or two, and then if I do it, then I wake up at like 10 or 11, and it's like you have wasted quite a lot of time that you could have been productive and rest things in some other way on the weekend. So it kind of feels bad where, you know, you oversleep quite a lot as well in order to get more sleep once you wake up. But then on the, you know, on any weekday, it is kind of a problem because on the weekday you don't get the same sort of experience. You just kind of wake up at your delegated time and you have to make do with whatever time it is. So it's kind of annoying.
Bring it.
Oh man, there really aren't that many treasures over here. That is so odd to me. And also not that many quests. Oh hey guys! That's my story and regret on every weekend. Yeah, for real. Hell Bashu, you can't just go around the people. Bro, I'ma fight all of your asses.
Another too late for regrets.
It's actually kind of interesting because that seems to influence something. If I just smash all of them, what is that gonna do? Justice always prevails in the end, bro. That's such a cringe way to phrase it. And there's going to be... Oh! Hi! Oh no, she's hot! Verification fail. Annihilate, annihilate, annihilate! Also, they have rich text now for this stuff.
Forest, let the mountain's veins boil.
Why am I taking damage?
Pyroclastic surge.
Bonk. Oh shoot. I might actually need to... Yeah, okay. You know what? I will need to finish the stream soon. I actually have to reply to some messages. Maybe I will take a minute or two. I actually have to reply to texts. And then we can return and stay for a little longer. I feel like that would be better than me finishing earlier.
Bring it.
Is that I just take a minute. I've also done quite a bit of yapping, so my voice could really use a solid minute of a break. And I feel like it would be better if I returned in a minute after replying. Okay, yeah. I'll be back in a minute, and I will see you. Oops. All right. Back. Yeah. Sorry about that, but sometimes it's like we have a time difference between me and my family. And it's like if it's getting kind of late and I just don't reply to them, then it's kind of rude from my part. So I have to also take some time to reply to things in a timely manner. Because it's like, you know, when I decide to, you know, finish the stream, it's gonna be already quite late, and it's like by the time that I reply, even more, it's gonna be very very late for them. So they will not get a chance to reply back, and I feel like that's not a good thing. Hello. What is this place, and why is it so interesting? I have a feeling that this is somehow involved into some form of quest. Maybe I've already done some. Oh, hi. Okay, fine, I'll take it. That's what you're here for. Do you send good morning messages to your family like Indians do? Low key, I should. I feel like my mom would actually absolutely love me if I did. I'm not even joking right now. I feel like she would really appreciate it if I did. Although, you know, I need to send her more stuff like throughout the day somehow. Because usually like in the evening I do want to rest somehow. I want to, you know, watch movies, play games, stream streams, you know, do these kinds of things where it's like I don't really have a lot. I mean, okay, if I watch movies, then, you know, there are just kind of parts where I can just pull out my phone and be like, yeah, man, that's a nice part of the movie, but thank you. So, but yeah, if I do things like play games and do streams, it's like there is not much room that I can use to reply to my family. So it's also a thing where I feel like if I did a little bit more texting maybe throughout the day somehow, then it could also be useful. But then, you know, we kind of do text in the middle of the day as well from time to time. But it's mostly about, hey, I saw this on the news. Hey, I saw that on the news. Hey, what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that? And it's kind of like that. It's just, you know, one-off things. It's not really, you know, discussing how the day went. And it's also kind of a problem. You know what the big problem with sending texts is? It's like your day is not over until it's over. Which is a big problem. Hey, fellas. When two balls collide... Oh shoot. Wait, you guys are kinda... I think I am supposed to do it like that. No? And the game has taught me that I'm supposed to collide the red balls with the blue balls. I think that's what the game wanted. Or is that what the game actually wanted? Hey, get over there! Get back there! You need to defend your honor. You asshole. Have 5 rock crabs enter the pond at the same time. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, wait, I did it stupid. Hey, fellas. I need you both in the pond. Okay, I see what you want from me, actually. Oh my god, wait, that's so stupid. They leave. No, dude, now I have to go bold. What is this challenge? Okay, I guess they don't like the pond, so you have to... Okay, it's such a weird thing. I'm not sure what we need to. You know, I think actual goals in life is having somebody you can send good morning texts to. Because it's like, if you're just not feeling like sending good morning vibes to someone, then it's just kind of cringe. Like, this bot, for example. Bro, what is this bot message? Hi, one of my biggest fears and oh shoot, wait. That's okay, dude. I thought it was 3 messages from the same bot. I was like I was thinking it was sent by the same bot. I'm so sorry. One of my biggest fears and saddest feelings is about my parents getting old. For real though. You're getting a lot of artists in chat lately. Dude, I have no idea. It's like, you know, Twitch was saying that it's like, okay, we lost a bunch of viewers because we are actively fighting chatbots, but that is not my experience. I have seen so many bots lately, and it's insane because it's like, I think that like 2 or 3 months ago, there were like very few of them trying to attack me, and over the past 3 weeks, I have seen so many bots. It's actually insane. It's like every stream has like 3 of them, at least. I've been streaming for 1.5 hours, there has been like 3 of those bots already. It's wild. So yeah, anyway, I want to get back to the topic of biggest fears is like parents getting old. You know, I have 2 things in here. One is that I basically have the same exact thing. It's like the other biggest problem is that my parents also, you know, we're in different countries. So it's like if something happens to them, then it's kind of a problem where I'm not there for them. And I do want to be there for, you know, for shit-hitting fans. Oh my god, that is actually supposed to be kinda easy, but I've made it a little bit hard for myself. Oh no, that's so rude. Wait, no. Okay, they are actually very forgiving in terms of me fucking up, although I don't understand why that rail is called blocked from me right now. Yeah, that is quite forgiving, but let's see, can I get back into it? No. That's unfortunate. Oh my god. That is actually so ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't like how they disallow me from shifting the camera. Like, I want to be able to... Oh my god, that is also so close. There is no magnetism that you get. You literally have to hit the thing. Otherwise you don't get it. This is actually the way to do it. You just kind of ditch the thing. This is actually how you do it. You just kind of ditch it. Let's go there. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Oh my god, I don't even know how we go. That is so precise, actually. I feel like it should not be so precise. I guess... Wait, do they give you these whales as like a tell? Hello? Can I land over here? Thank you. Oh my god, I couldn't get this one. Okay, wait, it's not strict. That's kind of nice. So yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to talk about is grief. Oh my god, the fact that the bot has the same color as you is throwing me off so fucking hard right now. Okay, damn, if you're so strong, if I'm in your situation, like living in another country, I'll be in a constant state of anxiety. I mean, at some point you just kind of get used to it, to be honest. And quite frankly, I want to say that I have seen worse because I've worked in I've worked quite a lot in critical care, so there is some form of resiliency to anxiety that I've built over the years. And also, I guess it's just about being a little bit more headstrong and growing a little bit of skin. I mean, there are some things that worry me, but it's like a thing where my head remains very clear despite those worries and everything. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to get back to the topic, and I wanted to also discuss grief, right? Basically, I have very few like really memorable moments out of the university actually, just because it has been like a while ago already. But one of those was like a lecture in I don't remember if it was like psychology, psychiatry, whatever, but it was like a lecture about grief, and in general, like about a couple of emotions, but I think grief was like the first part of it. And basically, the professor in there, he's kind of a showman. He does, some very interesting things. He talks about some interesting things in very interesting manners. And he talked about grief as like, an emotion you experience, and that basically everybody kind of has very deep-rooted default beliefs about the world around them that once reality doesn't meet your expectation, you start to experience grief. And there are several things that are built into basically every single person, like several illusions that we all harbor, that kind of already exist in almost every person, which are preconditions to the fact that you will experience grief at some point in your life. So one of them is, I don't remember what all three of them are, like right off the top of my head, and I kind of wish that I did, but unfortunately not, not something that I remember off the top of my head. But one of them is like an illusion that everything is going to be the same. And that is like a very, very strong illusion as well, because one of those places where it matters a lot is when it comes to people dying, or like, entering and leaving your life in general. Because you think that your friends are going to be there forever, and then you drift apart. You think that your family is going to be there with you forever, and that is not the case, because, everybody is going to die eventually at some point. So it's kind of a very, very interesting thing where... Dude, that thing is so fucking rude. I want to go disable it. Ow! And it's also so accurate. So yeah, that is one of those things that you just kind of experience. And parents are like a very big source of it as well. Because... you always think that like your parents are not going to age or anything, and then they do age with you. And then you also think that they're not going to die, and then they also die eventually. And it's like you just have to experience that. It's like not many people are necessarily prepared for, that kind of thing. It's kind of interesting because I haven't really even seen my mom properly for the last few years. It's like we just text, because it's like, it's text. But then recently we also organized a call, and it was like the first video call that we have had basically since I moved. And I haven't seen her before that. Like, she doesn't really send me her pictures, and even I don't send her pictures. It's like we're kind of a weird family in that regard, in that we don't take pictures of one another or of ourselves, and we don't send them. It was like the first time that I had seen her, and it's also like the first time that I realized that she has aged quite a bit as well over the last few years. It's like she started having, she stopped kind of painting her hair. So, she's growing. So she's got like silver hair now. And it's kind of wow to me, because this is like one of those times where it actually hit me that, now my mom is like actually getting really old, and it's something is gonna happen, with her. Okay, I see what this is supposed to be, but unfortunately I'm too stupid to actually get it done. This thing actually moved me. Yes, so I'm supposed to be getting this thing. Yeah, I cannot move though. Alright, buddy. I'll take your shtick. Yeah, we don't realize many things we kinda ignore, because if we live in reality, depression and anxiety will be your besties. I mean, it's not about not living in reality. I think that, a lot of people are still very much grounded in reality. Like, I am also grounded in reality. It's just that I have two options, really. I mean, my one option is to just give up and let anxiety, depression, and everything else just win. Just sit there, do nothing about any of that. Or my option is to just ignore how I feel and keep on going, basically. Oh no. What do you actually want me to do? Wait, what do you want me to do here? Will fire special bipolar projectiles. Oh man, he's just like me. So wait, I can attract them and throw them back. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm supposed to use this to defend. Now I can do this, and I can yeet it back at you. Okay, see how that works. Next time you meet her, give her a big hug and maybe some gifts. A big hug is already in order, my guy. It is the biggest hug that I will ever have in my life, probably. But yeah, indeed, it's like... It's also kind of interesting because... You know what the interesting part is? It's like... I've always contemplated in my life that I would move away from my country eventually. To just try and get most of my life spent in, somewhere where it's actually kind of good to live. And the most interesting thing is that when I actually left, like a few years ago, it was like a little bit weird because it wasn't, it wasn't super planned out in advance, but it has kind of worked out for me. But the interesting part is that I kind of felt alright for a while, and then the homesickness actually kind of hit me after a few months, and hit me really, really hard. And then it did go away again after a while, but it still felt really, really odd because I did not expect for homesickness to kind of hit so soon. So yeah, that's kind of my experience. And one interesting thing is that being more into things like politics and economics and yada yada, I kind of learned a rather, I would say, important lesson. It's that eventually it's not a great deal really to just move away and spend your life in a completely different country. It's the fact that I really do like the idea of living my life in my home country, or like, coming back and living the majority of my life at least in my home country. It's just kind of not feasible right now. But still, it would be so much better to just go back and try to fix things at home, for example. And I feel like, more or less you can pick a million different countries, but home is always gonna feel like home. Especially when you're sick, you will feel it for real. For sure. Although, admittedly, I was not really sick back then.
Hey, not a bad haul.
But indeed, there is like a massive thing. For sure. But yeah, it's... I would say that, you know, the biggest thing for me was not that I started missing home, but that it came in only after, like, it... Like, I was always expecting for it to be, like, kind of a gradual feeling. Where it's like, you know, you just keep on missing things here and there, and it's like, you know, maybe one or two or three things in particular that you miss quite a bit, and it makes you think about the other things. And for me it was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was like I woke up one day and I'm like, holy fuck, I want to go home. It's like a very, very strong feeling all of a sudden, and it was like that for like 2 or 3 days, and then it just went away as well. And I feel like that's so odd to me. But yeah, I would say the most interesting thing is, like, you know, we've also talked about how there are a whole bunch of countries where, you know, you just think that maybe it's good to live here, maybe it's good to live there, maybe it's good to live like everywhere. But in the end, it really does make me think whether I want to actually, you know, live somewhere else or be able to go back. And I feel like if somebody gave me a choice, like, you know, you can live in any country you want, or you can return and your country is going to be in a better spot, then I feel like I would choose my country being in a better spot for sure. So this guy actually... I really hate this because I don't understand how you're supposed to find these guys. I don't understand how you're supposed to tell them apart. How are these holes any different? That's so rude. I don't understand how these holes are different. Oh, hi. Okay. That's kinda nice. Good boy. Now dig it. Can you dig it? Oh, sucker.
The rewards of an adventure
Huge.
worth remembering.
I think that these mechanics are a little bit odd. Dude, girl is just literally living with moles. That's hardcore, actually. Okay, we're kinda at 60% over here, which is actually not that bad even. Don't forget, everywhere cockroaches will be there, corrupt politicians. Oh, dude. You know the funniest thing? I don't know if you know much about my country and like about Belarusians in general, but there is like a very old Eastern European folktale which is called Tarakaniще. And it's like, you know, in English it would mean like a very big cockroach, right? So it's like a very big cockroach, but like in one word. And it's basically a fairy tale about a cockroach. About a cockroach who is like going around and scaring everybody. So he's like going around showing off like his big mustache. And, you know, mustache is kind of, you know, the same word in Eastern European languages as an antennas. You know, the antennas that they have. So it's like, it's the same word, basically. So it's like, you know, kind of a play on things where it's like, you know, it's showing his mustache, you know, but it's, you know, his antennas and scaring everybody. So, and then in the end of the tale is that basically it turns out that, you know, the cockroach is like scaring big elephants or whatever, and everybody like stops fearing him, and suddenly nobody like fears the cockroach anymore. And it's kind of a metaphor as well on dictatorial regimes a little bit, because there is a dictator, but the moment that everybody stops thinking that the dictator is like very important is the same moment that this dictatorial regime just flat out collapses. So there is, you know, my country, which has a very, very annoying dictator who has been in power for a very, very long time, and who has a mustache. Like a very characteristic mustache. So it's like we call him like the cockroach. There's been like a very, very common expression to just call him the cockroach. So it's kind of funny to me that, you know, you have this thing where it's like other people are calling politicians cockroaches. Because this is, you know, kind of a thing that has been going for us for a long time now. Forgot to ask, and how many pulls you got the new character? Good question, I have no idea actually. I kind of forgot. I think it was 70 something. Let's see the pull history. Nope, 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 nope. Yep. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 75, minus 174, 75, 76. So yeah, 78 actually. Not bad. Once your exploitation abilities is sufficient, the compass can mark clues related to hidden treasures. Ooh. You still need to solve the clues? Bro. I will take that any fucking day over just having to smash my head against everything. My god, this compass is actually goated. They need to backport this stuff. Oh, wait. My cock is not hard enough for this one. That's kind of annoying. What is that supposed to mean? Is this supposed to be a level 4? I don't fully understand what you want from me here. Brothers. Ah, you want 4 of these robots to follow me. Okay, wait. That's kind of piss. Let's go, fellas. Fellas! It's time! Easy clap. It's illegal and a crime to call politicians by their real name. You jest! We actually have a fantastic piece of legislation, which is literally to, you know, it literally says that you know, there can be a criminal case against you for insulting the president. It's like, you can joke whatever you want, but yeah, if it's about a very particular guy, then somebody is just gonna go open a criminal case against you. And this is how it be in dictatorial regimes. I mean, you know the thing, always could be worse, and always could be Nepal. I feel like Nepal is a very interesting case as of late, because it's like, it's just a bunch of people who are overthrowing the government. Like, you literally hold a Discord election for who is going to represent you as a politician. It's kind of so wild to me, actually. But yeah, on the other hand, I hate to say it, but the protests in Nepal, on the other hand, rather light, relatively. I mean, of course, people died on both sides and lots of people got injured, but still, you know, you don't have a military that is just going to shoot people left and right. I think one of the biggest reasons that they could succeed is because the military was very, very good and very, very chill about everything that's happening. Freedom of speech days bye bye. Bro, dictatorial regimes do be like that. But yeah, it's kind of a thing where it's like if your nation is not free, it's not free in absolutely every way. Like that. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because, you know, you have a bunch of bullshit that is placed into laws. And the funny thing is, I think one of the most interesting things is how these dictatorial regimes manage to masquerade themselves as if they're democratic. It's like they hold elections, but it's not the same elections. They have legislation and courts, but this is not the same legislation, and these are not the same courts. Because you have somebody deciding at the very top what the outcome of the judgment is going to be in advance, and everything else is just a stage show. Because the result is like already known. So yeah, it seems rather odd to me that a lot... What? Why is my controller erroring out actually? What? Oh, I have to re-enable it again. That's so stupid, man. The Switch 2 is... I don't know. I don't know why they designed a controller that it doesn't have a backwards compatible driver. What is going on? What is going on with my internet? Okay, fellers. We have a clue. I don't know. Why do I have raw meat and cabbages everywhere? It's not that I mind, but it is very interesting. Alright. So what do we do over here, actually? Wait, what? What am I doing here? This thing is sucking me. Fellas, do you want to get sucked by this thing? What is that supposed to be? What is that supposed to do, actually? You see this? What is that? I do not understand you. Okay, wait. Now I do. Oh, hey. Hi. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? But democracy is shit too, people never use it. They always choose the bribe path instead of selecting a true leader who can really help a country grow. That is a good question, actually. I mean, in general. Because one of the biggest problems that I have personally right now is, you know, let's take any country and let's take any politician in there. Like, who is a guy that is going to actually solve some problems that exist in our society? I feel like that is my biggest problem. Keyboard and mouse for the win? For real, though. Although, I don't know, ever since I've got into controllers and consoles, I cannot without the controller. Hello there, kind fellow. How is it going for you? How is your forest adventure? Oh, dude, that thing looks sick. Bobik. Oh my god, they literally named this guy Bobik. But yeah, to that point, democracy, you know, I kind of do like the phrase of Churchill, where he was like, democracy is like the worst thing out there, but there is nothing better than it. Or, you know, something to the same extent. But yeah, this is like a big problem that I have, is that indeed you have democracy and it's bad. A lot of people vote like complete idiots. And the majority, you know, you will have the majority of people who are basically complete fucking morons. But the problem is, you know, let's say that let's say that, you know, who is the leader that they need to vote for is the problem. Like, who is actually going to resolve what issues in society? Who is actually talking about actual societal issues that we have? In what country and in what where do I need to move this? Oh, I see. Wait. Okay, wait. That's so interesting. Good. Easy clap. First try. In pain, but I'm not hungry. Oh, that sucks, man. You betrayed PC Master Race? Honestly, the thing is that they're so fucking comfy, though. Like, my guy, they are literally designed for human hands. And also they're convenient because I play a lot of games that are not like... I basically almost never play like first-person shooters. Or anything that has like any kind of shooting and precision in it. So it really works out for me quite well. Yesterday, right before sleeping, I got this crazy craving for cinnamon buns, and today I was offered 3 cinnamon buns, and so I finished that side quest very, very quickly. Oh, bro. Man. I kinda wish I had a cinnamon bun right now. Although admittedly, it is a little bit problematic. Now, what do you want? Operate Bobik. Let's go operate Bobik. And yeah, that's... Oh, that's the point of it. I see now. Can I push it over here? What do you mean? Yes? Can I just leave it up here? What do you mean I can't leave it up here? I need to leave you up here. Oh, I see what you want. Okay, wait. How do I drop this thing? Wait, how do I drop this thing? I need to drop this guy somewhere. And I need to find the big one. Hey, where is the big one? Yeah, there you go. That should be the big one. Although I will need to basically kinda... Or maybe I am supposed to rotate this guy. Wait, can I actually place this guy like this? Can I remove this guy somehow? No? That's so rude, actually. Oh, wait. Let's go do this. They think they are playing SimCity in the higher-ups. I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't think that... I mean, it would be very good if they actually tried to play SimCity. Because in SimCity, you can actually do things that are useful to society. But yeah, in general, I think my biggest problem is that I just don't think there are enough people who... Wait, what? No. I just don't think there are enough people who actually acknowledge what is actually going wrong in society. And let alone people who would know how to actually do something about this. Wait, there is actually something that I'm not understanding over here. Oh, wait, this is how I'm supposed to do that. I'm an idiot. I gotta go. Hey, brother. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good one. I just mean they don't really give a shit about the humans itself. I mean, these days, people go into politics to get money. And that is almost the only reason why anybody goes into politics, really, I feel like. Unemployed fucked LinkedIn. Bro, your nickname is so based. How did you get it? That nickname is so fucking based. Clearly right. I mean, yeah. You know, there is a movie that I watched like fairly recently. It's like kind of a parody documentary. Um, it's like a parody documentary about Dick Cheney, who is like the former vice president in the United States and basically the architect of the Iraq invasion by the US. And there was like a funny moment right at the start of the movie where it's like, you know, he is joining the Republican Party and he's got like this other guy who is, you know, a senior of his and he's going to be an apprentice of this guy. And he's like, you know, what are our political views? Uh, and he just basically gets laughed out of the office. It's like, bro, our political views is to like whatever is popular right now, and against everything that the current administration is doing. You know, it's kind of, you know, the underbelly of that joke. Can you spell frog in Arabic? No, you never can't. I cannot. I cannot spell because I'm a streamer and I talk. You see. Also, kind of funny story. The other day, I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, but I reported a thing to LinkedIn because LinkedIn started spamming me an email every 2 hours. And it's like I get the same identical email every 2 fucking hours from LinkedIn. It's the same exact identical email, and they just keep on spamming it into my mailbox every 2 hours. And I just completely remove all email notifications from them, and I just go and report the ticket. And it's like, bro, what the fuck is that shit? It's so annoying. Oh, hey. And also, I think that this is going to be the result of vibe coding. Of like people using AI stuff. It's like, bro, stop spamming me with the same fucking email. That is such an obvious piece of shit problem that should be handled by your program. Let's translate, say it. Oh shoot, we need an Arabic Dora. I heard that Arabic Dora's name is actually Mia. I heard that Dora in Arabic is Mia. XD.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Nailed it. What do you do with these portals? You make them kiss. I mean, there are some quests in here that you should actually be able to do somehow. Okay, I actually kinda want to finish this quest and be kinda done as well, but let's go through these chests. Oh wait, that's a cave that leads somewhere down. I don't think I want to go over there, to be honest. But we'll just run through and get ourselves a few of these. Oh no, you want me to gather 10 robots? Oh, why do you do that? Okay, I will actually come back here. I'll do the quest, and I think that that would be all for me for today. I mean, spell it with your tongue. Bro, I would not even try that on stream. If this is a joke, I'm afraid you'll have to get into the punchline. Frog in Arabic, these nuts? Yeah, but the true question is, has this frog not a joke, I swear? Yeah, but I don't think the frog in Arabic has submitted her cover letter, man. Without the cover letter, I don't think we'll be able to do this joke. Use the crane over there to flip it. Oh, dude. Like, how do I use the crane? How do you expect me to actually use the crane? Dude, I need to smoke weed in order to be able to use the crane. Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait. So if I do that... Is it a thing where I need to move that thing? No, it's not a thing where I need to move that thing. It's just hard for you? I mean, yes, because I don't speak Arabic. So it is kind of hard for me, for real. And I'm not sure I fully understand what the benefit of that would be, to be honest. Yo. Let's go. Oh, please. Get over here. Let's try. Wait, are we actually first trying this? Let's freaking go. Easy clap. Frog is more difficult, you can't. You're right. But what is the point? Why do we need a frog in Arabic, man? I don't understand, though. Something else that's hard, rock in my pocket. Why are there rocks in your pockets? I mean, I have another thing that I can joke about rock hard, but... This is something where I will need to go into horny jail after. Alright, what do you want me to do here? You don't love frogs. I mean, I get it that it's Wednesday, my dude, but come on. Maybe sometimes the frog... I feel like, you know, I loved the frog. I gave everything that I had to the frog. And I feel like the frog didn't love me back. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes the frog is just gonna say, hey, you need to walk your own path. And I'm just upset, man. It's like it left me heartbroken. What? It's literally supposed to stand over here. I don't understand how it's not binding. Bro! Yes? No? Why are you not binding, actually? Why are you not releasing? I don't understand, though. I feel like this should work. I don't understand. Come on. If I move this guy first. What? Am I stupid? Am I stupid or what? Am I stupid or what? I'm trying to understand. Because I'm looking at the picture and I see that it is a... It looks that what I'm doing is identical to what the game actually expects. What if I flip this thing? Wait, it is slightly different actually, but I do see that it is supposed to stand like that exactly. What does that mean? What does the exclamation mark mean actually? Does it mean that I'm close or what? What does any of that mean? How am I supposed to... I'm supposed to put it like this or what? What do you mean? Am I doing something wrong? Oh, wait. I think I am. In a sense that this is somehow supposed to be pushed over here, I guess. But I don't know how. So if I activate your ass, what are you going to do? Oh, you're just going to follow me around. Hey, that's kind of cute though. Okay, I think I know what we're doing here actually. Except I don't know where to find it though. You gotta move the one single block, no bitches, to the end of the rail, I assume. Yeah, I think it's either beginning or the end. Wait, I have this guy. I'm not sure what this guy is gonna... Yeah, this guy is gonna allow me to... Okay, yeah, perfect. I kind of feel like these mechanics are a little bit silly. I mean, I don't fully understand them, but... Yeah, there you go. Now we're in the game. Now we're playing the game. Hello? There you go. Because you see on the pic that one block is over the puddle of grass. Yeah, true. Very true. I actually... Initially, I didn't pay attention to it. But... You are absolutely right! Let's try moving that block now over here. In order to do that, you need 5 simple steps. Dude, I actually asked a couple things today from ChatGPT. And I was like, bro, they not only brought back the glazing, but they turned it up so hard, like a few notches. It's kind of wild. Because it's like every single time that you ask a thing from it, it's like, oh wow, you are absolutely right. Wow, that is a very good observation. Oh wow, you are doing amazing. That is very, very good. Dude, and it's like, you just look at it and it's like, bro, he's literally almost licking my butthole in the conversation. Like, I can't even describe it in any other way. Okay, that thing is going over here. All jokes aside, that's really fucking destructive. It is. Like, you know, it's kind of interesting to me, you know, because I was kind of, you know, joking about the GPT chat being, you know, so affirmative of everything. To me, it was like kind of a lull thing, where, you know, okay, it's kind of funny, but it's probably quite a bit inconsequential, right? But actually, in reality, that is not the case. There are so many people that, like, you know, they released the GPT-5, and the first thing that a lot of people have noted is that this GPT-5 is actually not really affirming everybody else as much. Wait, I think I'm still missing something here. Because I need another block. I don't see where it is, actually. Oh, wait. I know. Okay. Okay. That was my bad. I was supposed to grab that block and put it down there. But yeah, indeed, it's kind of crazy because all of that affirmation is going to, turn people into basically, glazers looking for their next their next hit. It actually seems, it really seems that people really like that somehow. And I'm not sure I fully, I mean, I guess it's probably because, we're kind of so isolated as a society right now that we don't really affirm one another. So it's like you have friends, family, and everything, but there is no such thing as like a person who just affirms you. Actually, I kind of do have one friend who always glazes like really hard. He did it before ChatGPT was cool. But then he's kind of a unique guy in that regard. He's like a very interesting guy, for sure. Where do you go, my fellow unemployee? Bro, an employee went back to LinkedIn. You have to keep submitting, man. You have to keep grinding, hustling, submitting the applications. I feel like this quest is never going to end. Is that Celestia Sea or just some islands? I think it's some islands. Celestia is up there in the sky. It's actually really far away from here. Therapists, most of them who go there only need someone to talk to. They are healthy, just need someone to talk to. That is very true these days because people are a lot more isolated and social media is really, really bad for people in general. But they get treatment that will just break them down and actually give them depression or whatever. I mean, I think, genuine opinion, I think that a lot of drugs are overprescribed. Especially drugs against anxiety and against depression. And, I think that there is a thing as like too much. And I think that there is like an overprescription of what are they called? Anxiolytics and antidepressive drugs. Because people are just very, very liberal with them. And actually, antidepressants really mess with your brain chemistry. They really, really do. And, there is like a very interesting thing, is that the mechanism behind the antidepressants is not very well understood, basically. It's like, we know that these drugs exist. We know that they work on populations. They generally improve things, that they're generally quite safe. We have an idea of some of the things that they're doing, but actually we have no idea exactly how they, exactly how they help against depression. So it's like, it's kind of crazy that they're so subscribed. I mean, there are still other ways to tell, just, from clinical experience alone, that these drugs do work and that they are kind of safe. But they do alter your brain chemistry, and we kind of don't understand the exact pharmacological implications of how they are supposed to treat depression, which is kind of an interesting thing. When is this guy not addicted to Genshin? This weekend, you may have missed it, but I was addicted to Lost Lace. What a fantastic fight. I absolutely loved every bit of it. What do you think about that fight? I think it is absolutely spectacular, to be honest. Dude, that hook is throwing me off a little. He lost control. Oh my god, I have so many chests all of a sudden. Why do I have so many chests everywhere? A German doctor gave out color water. He didn't tell them, but it was colored water, and so green was light, yellow was medium, and red was strong. He knows that most eggs disappear of themselves after a while, and so he just gave them something to believe in, and it went away. Most people was better after the green and yellow one. When he saw it was just a regular egg, he gave them the... I mean, it is true. It is very true. But still, I think that, you know, the biggest point that I'm trying to make, I guess, is not...
The rewards of an adventure
I
worth
mean,
remembering.
if we're talking about... Oh man, I'm gonna get banned if I say the actual word. I mean, I risk getting a lot of unpleasant things, flags on different platforms, but if we are talking about people who want to stop being people by themselves, then there is a little bit of an issue, which is that that feeling is like 90% of the time is transitory. And the problem with that feeling is that, you know, it just goes away in people. You don't have to do literally a lot. You just have to make sure that these people are alive. But the thing is that I don't necessarily think that it is true for depression and for anxiety. It's not really, like, depression and anxiety are not really feelings that somebody can just, you know, will their way into not feeling. So it is completely valid that a whole lot of depression is going to be treated with actual medication. But at the same time, I think that lighter forms of depression and anxiety should not really require any medication, even if it temporarily makes people feel better in the moment. Lost Lace was really peak. It was like fighting the child of MKG and Absolute Radiance. Oh, that is hard. I feel like a child. Wait, NKG, Night King Grim. Okay, Night King Grim. I was like so confused by that abbreviation for a while. Or Nightmare King Grim. I mean... Man, I think I spent 4 hours on Nightmare King Grim. And I spent like 6, maybe 6.5 or something on Lost Lace. And I feel like Lost Lace is much less fun than Grim. But yeah, I also never fought Absolute Radiance, so I'm thinking that I need to go back for it at some point. Also, I think I'm not ending this quest today, because this quest is just gonna keep on giving. Are we at 70? We're at 63. Jeez, man, that's a lot of stuff. Something in between the skill required for those two. Man, I guess that explains a lot. Because I was like, hey, I never fought Absolute Radiance. So I was like, and I heard that it is bad, it just keeps spamming attacks all the time.
Many insects have a compulsion to
And that basically he can give you a pattern where it's just you cannot dodge. You just have to take damage. But yeah, the thing is, Lace is not hard. And she's very consistent. But the thing is that you need to react. She's quick, you need to react a lot. Which I think is not necessarily true for most fights in base Hollow Knight. Because it's like in base Hollow Knight, you don't have a move which mixes into another move a lot. And this is the biggest problem that I have with Lost Lace. He's just basically being consistently able to execute over her. But I don't feel bad because I see that a lot of people actually struggle with her. Even speedrunners. But speedrunners have to do it, you know, on rather different terms than me, who just can get every single upgrade in the game and just try it over again. But still, I don't know. I see also a lot of people struggling with Carmelita for some reason and saying that she's like the second strongest boss. And she's my favorite boss in the game, actually, by a big margin. Probably in both Hollow Knights.
If ever you find that the
And I feel like she's not that hard though. I think the arena in front of her is like annoying. But she herself, I feel like, is very, very easy. I mean, she's somewhat challenging, right? I didn't do her first try or anything. I spent like a bit of time resetting her. But she's so fucking fun to me. And she has like very well telegraphed and very reactable attacks. And it's like there is not much that she does in terms of mixing up. But yeah, Lost Lace is like she's fast and she mixes things up, which is annoying to me. And also the tentacle moves combining one into another is like so annoying. Or like, you know, those Voidal ones. Because it's like she spits on the ground, the stuff is going out of the ground, it's like... I just mean that a lot of times they are sad because they don't have anyone to talk to and don't know how to handle it really, because they don't talk to anyone. They talk to therapists that says, hey, we're gonna give you meds, even if they only need to talk to someone about how they feel.
The sky in that lamp. Oh, what happened now?
Oh shit, there is a cooler that is producing noise. I need to check out my PC actually. Wow, it's actually making my desk vibrate. Okay, I'm gonna need to take a look at it after the stream. At like which cooler is doing that. Anyway, but yeah, I kinda agree. And it's true that for a lot of therapists, it's easier to prescribe it because this is something that the patient can do daily and instantly feel better. Or like, you know, in case of antidepressants, people are gonna actually instantly feel worse a little bit, and it's gonna take a few weeks until the actual medication is gonna kick in. So it's still gonna take time for them, but people will still feel better about the fact that they're taking pills just for that, because it is like they're doing something about their depression themselves, and also because they're not gonna talk to the therapist on a daily basis. Like, the relief that people with depression feel is often rather limited in time. So it's like they will feel good about taking meds. A bunch of those are also like, you know, twice a day, I think. I'm not remembering the dosages on them quite correctly right now, for sure. But like if it's like twice a day, then you can have like this feeling that, hey, I'm doing something about it like twice a day, for example.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens.
They of course trust the therapist, but when you don't need the meds, it's gonna go worse. I mean, meds really, really do help, especially people with like for people with severe depression. Allegedly, when I was in the uni and we had psychiatry, allegedly, we went to a patient who was in like severe depression. And it is like when you see a person in severe depression, it is immediately obvious. Like the most severe forms of depression, you can literally feel them coming from the person. You can see it, you can feel it. Because that person feels like a completely inanimate object. It's like they sit there and they feel like they're part of the chair. Like literally like that. It radiates from them. You can see it, it's so obvious. And these people need medication for sure. And medication does help these people. But everybody else, it kind of depends. Like, it's kind of interesting to me how, for example, ChatGPT could help with people's loneliness, for example. Because part of the glazing and why it's so popular is that, you know, indeed a lot of people just feel underappreciated. I probably misunderstood you somewhere and just said it all again for no reason. I mean, we basically say the same things, I feel like. Good luck with waifu game. I will see you. Have fun. You made me scared. I mean, the PC is kind of making me scared as well right now, so I'll need to check it out. I've been hearing like minor buzzing, but now it's actually vibrating. Like I can feel that my desk is vibrating, which is kind of scaring me a little bit. I know that it is just a cooler, but I really wonder which one it is, and I hope it's not a liquid cooler. Because if I start having water on my GPU, it's gonna be a big ass problem.
What happened now?
Someone broke into his house. Luckily, no. If somebody broke into my house, I would be like trying to smash their face immediately. We're talking just being sad though. Severe depression is a lot worse, and I feel for them. And of course, they're gonna help. They get shit. Indeed. Indeed, for real. But yeah, depression is a very interesting and also a very complicated problem. So this is not, my area of expertise by any means. But, I want to pretend that I understand some stuff that is happening in the world, and I want to pretend that I want to pretend that I kind of understand a whole bunch of stuff that goes around, especially with people and the kind of things that they're having troubles with. But in general, it is for sure a rather interesting topic to discuss. I am by no means an expert. I want to pretend that I do know a thing or two. I mean, I've at least studied this at the university level. I've had like some personal interest in the topic, so there is a bunch of research that I have personally done. But again, I don't have like actual clinical practice. So actual people, actual psychiatrists, actual therapists will probably produce different opinions than what I can give you. Did I have a stroke typing that, or what the fuck happened? Man, I don't know. I have this thing as well with typing in English, is that I do a lot of typos in English for some reason, and I have no idea why. I've spoken to a therapist once and I didn't get anything from it. Well, to be fair, therapists are not supposed to be spoken to once, because if you have a problem, then it's kind of an obstacle course for you. But the thing is that the therapist is not somebody who can give you a direct answer on how to do things. It's a person who guides you through the obstacle course. And in the end, steps are supposed to be taken by you. Okay, actually, my throat starts to kind of hurt from all the yapping. And it is also getting kind of late. So yeah, I do enjoy the yapping, but I want to save my voice a little bit for the weekend. And yeah, I hate to say it, but it's probably my last stream of the week. I'm gonna be arriving back. I'm not gonna have time tomorrow. I will be arriving back on Sunday. We'll see if I want to stream, if I have enough power in me to stream on Sunday evening, but I don't guarantee it. And in that case, I will be back in a few days, finally, after going on daily for like almost 2 weeks or something, or almost daily for almost 2 weeks. I need to finally take a few days of a break. So with that, I will take it easy for the rest of today. I hope you have a good one. It was fun talking. It was a fun stream. Had a lot of people show up today, actually. Kind of crazy. For a 2-hour stream, we had a lot of people, and also a lot of bots, I guess. But yeah, I hope you have a good one. Good night. I will see you, and bye, guys.